All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship-shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye-patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. We're live. And we're kind of incognito. A little under the radar. Haha. All right, so let's see here. See, looks like Ian's dropping in, Jason, Tom, Bills, Dennis, Bortners. Good grief, they're all dropping in. The chat's just flying. I didn't even hardly drop a link anywhere. Kind of under the radar, and look what happens. Everybody still shows up. Let's get Chuck in here too. How's it going, Chuck?
Tonight? How you doing, Josh, Tam? Everybody good?
Looks like they're all wired up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Shannon, it was a rough day. I was pretty busy.
Yeah. Frankie Juarez.
Frankie's in the house. Cool.
Yeah.
Things are starting to come together. We got our hotel set up in Anchorage, and Dennis is working on some good flights for us. I can't find anything good, so he told me that they had a gal out there setting them up on some pretty good, not as expensive flights. So we're checking it out. Talk with Betty Crutch today up at from AKAU, and got everybody in that wanted to be in, so that's done.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, I was good to hear from you too, buddy. God, we got Frankie's in the house. Jason, what's up, buddy? My goodness, Dennis. Oh, full crew. Saw Barb's in. Hey, Barb.
Yeah, Barb's
stuff goes out in the mail tomorrow. Hopefully, it was supposed to go today, but I was out on too many runs and it didn't get done. The way it goes.
Hey, it'll still get there faster than DA's shipping.
Yep. So, but I did have time. I sat down for a few minutes, having some lunch, listening to who was in their hearings today. That was RFK. They were grilling him. And I can't remember who else, the guy for ag and that kind of stuff. So that's all in progress. And Trump still got him laying over on the ear and trying to keep him off balance. Getting things done, he is. So, anyway, anybody get out for any detecting? It was 55 degrees here today.
I suppose I could have tried, but the ground's still frozen.
I bet. It's pretty well froze up here yet, too. No snow. Snow melted off. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't make up my mind. If I try to get out that early when the ground's still frozen, that's almost like insult to injury when I'm hearing signals and I can't get to them.
Yeah, that frustrates you.
Yeah. It sure does. Emery's in.
Oh, cool. ORH says he and Bill are going to get out tomorrow for a bit. I hope that warmth kind of settles in. What we had is supposed to start cooling down a little bit. And they're talking the weekend, a little rain, snow mix, that kind of stuff. But so far they haven't preached doom and gloom and we get more than 2 inches of snow or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, because you know what this weekend is, don't you?
Super Bowl?
Well, I was going to say Groundhog's Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the groundhog. I'm not worried about him seeing his shadow. I think he's going to come out and spot a drone.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we've got 6 more weeks of winter.
I think that's a good call.
Right. Barks is in.
Kevin, you got a room up there. I can tell you that much, Kevin.
Right.
All we got to do is get there now.
And it's not just Groundhog's Day this weekend.
Okay.
It's also Mr. Phil Bortner's birthday. And
oh, my goodness.
yeah. Yep. Tam and Phil share the same birthday.
There you go. There you go. Happy birthday to you both. Early.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm going to say, if I'd like to live to see my next birthday, I probably won't be live Sunday.
Okay, that's fine.
Might be better that way.
Oh, Frankie's talking about ice fishing tomorrow over in Cattail Slough. Good spot, Frankie. Yeah, there's still plenty of ice in the backwaters. Although we were locked up here in front of the house, Frank, it broke out today and started moving. That's main channel stuff.
Yeah, a little more current there. A little more movement.
Yep. So just be careful.
Yeah.
Just be
hopefully he doesn't get too cold.
It's not supposed to be too bad tomorrow. It's the next couple after that. Supposed to cool down and get kind of raw.
Yeah, I've been busy making preparations. I've got to. It's that time. I got to make another trip to Columbus.
Oh, well, I hope it all goes well.
Well, at least on the good side, this is just the checkup before treatment.
Oh, okay. Good. Good.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Hope it goes well. So has anybody else got anything they want to report? Let's see. Bill says most of the snow's gone. Oh, Melissa's asking if anybody's camped in cold weather before. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. You had to go out and you got a merit badge as a Boy Scout if it dropped below freezing and you did all this stuff and cooked in the cold weather and that. Did that several times and then camped up in Alaska hunting up there. And that was pretty cold.
Yeah, it's not necessarily all that fun.
I didn't say it was fun, but I've done
it. Right. Getting it done and having a blast while you're doing it are two different things.
Yep. Yep. Couldn't keep the coffee pot full, I'll tell you that.
No, I imagine not.
Hot coffee was the rule at that time. So right. Janet says yes, and she's never going to do that again. So,
and now she's asking if you camped by tent or camper.
Tent.
Or maybe she's asking someone else.
Well, I camped by wall tent. Now, the one that we had up north while we were hunting, wall tent, but it had a pretty nice stove style wood burner in there that you cooked on. And what was that, 12 by 20 with cots. And we got, probably, I'm trying to remember, it was 8 or 10 inches of snow the one night.
Oh, my.
Yep. It was a 4-day hunt for elk, and we all scored.
Wow.
So, nice. Yeah, but the snow and the cold changes everything. And it actually changed for the better for us. That was been 30 years ago. So with the Boy Scouts, it was at Linowick Park, and we had scout tents at the time and made up your beds and froze our little backside.
Right.
Melissa, I just came back from camping in cold weather. I left the cold weather and I camped in a real nice place in Aruba.
Now that's roughing it.
That was roughing it. So.
Sounds like a great way to camp.
It was. And I even drug some warm weather back for y'all. Kept my promise. 50,
well,
50.
I'm going to have to put in a request, and next year, take a bigger suitcase.
Well, customs might not like that. Nope, that was, we had 55 degrees here today.
Well, it was worth a shot. I mean, like I said, we were in the low 40s. It wasn't terrible outside.
No. Compared to what everybody was complaining to me about from the week before.
Yeah.
Minus, said the chill was minus 20 something here, and it was like 2 below. So,
yeah.
I didn't miss a thing.
Nope. While we were dealing with all the sub-zero temps, you were dealing with 80-degree nights.
No, that was tough.
Yeah. I'll bet it was.
55's a summer temp. I don't know. What'd you have down your way, Phil? Okay. So anyway, I alluded to what you were talking about a little bit ago. Why don't you enlighten us on that?
Yeah, I want to see. I know that there were some people that had some comments a few episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's I don't know. There are a lot of reports as of recently, and especially in my area, and not just outlying rural areas. I mean, there were clusters spotted around one of the local fire departments, a local factory, in the southern part of the county, there was a working structure fire. There was a cluster of them spotted around. So, I mean, some of these, I don't know. I just kind of get the vibe like when a big tornado goes through, the news team heads straight for the first trailer park they can find.
Yes, they do.
In their robe and curlers to say, "Oh, I was in fear for my life. I had to hide in the bathtub."
There you go.
So some of these reports kind of strike me as that sort of nature, but yet other reports are coming from reputable
sources
like law enforcement.
Yep.
And one report even stated that there was a Black Hawk helicopter out, like they were investigating things. So I'm curious to know. I mean, nobody had really mentioned much about any of this until the story about the drones over New Jersey caught some ground. Then we started hearing reports all across the country, basically. So I'm wondering, has anybody else seen, heard anything? What is your take? Hoax, invasion, testing? Who knows? What's your thought?
Josh and I were talking before the show. I've never had a drone other than, out like detecting the heartland, a guy was taking pictures with a drone every year. Those type of drones, the little local ones. I haven't seen one that's the size of some of these they're saying they're seeing. And what are they? Whose are they? Why are they? And there's a YouTube, well, it was off of, I don't know which media source put it out. Trump answered a lot of questions about these drones that were off the East Coast and had some insight into it already. And I haven't had a chance to watch it. Like I said, most of the day was tied up with other duties. And be interested to know if I can find that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, RH. New White House press secretary came out today and said the drones were FAA approved to fly and hobbyists added to the mess. Research purposes. What kind of research?
That would be my question. Researching what?
Mm-hmm.
And if they're researching, why are these sightings a lot of times in clusters?
No. Well, you know what I told you at the beginning. So if they're FAA approved, they're owned by some government entity, and ORH says they didn't allude to the type of research. I don't think taking a pot shot at one would do me any good.
Mm-hmm. No, not if they're ours. Knock one of them out. You may see a black hawk.
That could be. But I've been waiting for some good old boy to shoot one down, especially in the South.
Well, and yeah, I was going to say some areas of the South, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody hasn't already tried and probably got them done.
Well, them boys like target practice.
Right. And what better target practice than a moving target?
Okay. No, we won't get it.
We've seen a number of postings, photos, videos. I'm not saying they're all tangible with people, but we've seen enough posters, and it's like this thing has went viral now.
Oh yeah.
And you got to wonder if people are, they're jumping at their own shadow. They're seeing things that aren't there.
Okay. That could be.
Or are they?
Got no idea. If I spot one, I'll let you guys know first, okay?
Right. And if anybody else spots one, gets a photo, video, anything like that.
Yeah. Send it to us.
Yeah.
Post her up.
I mean, I know they're looking into things and they're investigating things, but I'd kind of like to see if we can all get to the bottom of it too.
Yeah. The things that make you go, And they released information on JFK's assassination. I haven't sat down and listened to that one yet, or found any of the stuff online. So,
Oh yeah, they're supposed to do that on both the Kennedy assassinations and Martin Luther King.
yep, all that's being released. So maybe we'll know the truth now. I'm going to give Trump an A for his first weeks in office. I'll tell you what, he's got them wound up. He's shutting the border down. ICE raids all over the place. Pritzker's standing up and telling them, if he does this, I just can't wait till Pritzker crosses paths with Holman in a bad way. Hope they arrest Pritzker. Why not? He just joined the rest of our former governors in jail.
Well, I know a number of people around here that aren't very happy.
So it's time to clean up the Democrats' mess. They don't want to fess up to the mess they created. They're trying to tell you Bidenomics worked. What a crock of crap that was.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil and Holman were in Champaign yesterday. Did you go? Did they speak or something, Phil? I mean, most of the state of Illinois has turned red. It's just Chicago's ruling the roost, and that needs to stop to make it another similar, like parts of Nebraska has 3 districts. And that way, Chicago doesn't swing the whole state. They can be their own 2, 3, or 4 electoral votes and let the state of Illinois, the rest of us that are truly a state, be our own entity in voting. Oh, okay, Phil. Catching illegals.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, okay, they intercepted another boatload of Haitians off the coast of Florida today. Cool. He's got them working. He put the Marines to work on the border. He's got the borderline of the United States Marine Corps beefing up fencing. And they weren't National Guard.
Yep,
So,
one way or the other, get it done, hell or high water.
yep. And so the man's doing what he said he'd do, and that's what we hired him for, because each one of us that voted for him, we hired him. Ooh, Shannon says they're opening up Gitmo for the illegals. Interesting. We haven't caught up with all this stuff yet. But keep going, buddy. Keep turning it up.
Oh, they are.
All you can ask for. Hell, we ain't even 14 days into it, and he's got them all mad. Ooh, 30,000 available cells. That won't take long. Yeah, Jason, they did that, and they are actually working on Greenland with Denmark and us taking it over as a protector. Yeah. That's in the works. And there's underlying for that. That's a back door. And they're worried about Russia and the Chinese getting in there, and basically we'd be surrounded, and Trump ain't going to let that happen. There's a lot going on. There's a lot underlying that they don't come out and talk about. And I swear to God, I think he's got more done in the first week than the last 4 years did entirely, except screw things up.
As far as being productive.
That's right. So, go get them, boys. Go get them. Bring the country back, drill, baby, drill, and let's go to work. And if they don't like it, slap a tariff on everything they sell here. Somebody was saying, well, that's going to raise the price of coffee. Well, I guess I drank iced tea.
Right.
So, dump your dirt on us. Well, we're going to give it back to you one way or the other. And it's about due time.
Well, and if I remember right, there were a number of people that had stated that, oh, we're in for it now. The economy's really going to go to pot. But
right.
I want to say, if I remember right, the stock market climbed 1,300 points overnight just on the announcement that he won the election.
Yeah. And the Panama Canal, Jason, you're right, sir.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that going. And that was given up for $1. You guys know which president sold the Panama Canal to Panama for $1? Serious, $1.
Yeah, I want to say Rosie.
Anybody got a guess? Shannon? Yeah, you're on it. Jimmy Carter.
Well, and that's the thing too. A lot of people need to stop and remember who built it. Who built the Panama Canal? And why was it built? And whose ships are getting charged the most to access it?
I know who built it. Let's see what we see on here. Yes, the USA, but I think what Josh is alluding to, who got it going, who made sure it got done, which president. Is that right, Josh?
Well, we can settle for the USA.
Yeah. One of my favorite presidents. He also built a hydroelectric dam on the Mississippi River. The only one on the Mississippi was built by that man. He got it going and got it done. Reagan? No, we're going way back.
Got to go a little further back than that.
Way back.
Nice try.
I can tell you what, Reagan went and sold off Panama Canal for $1. Further back yet, Phil.
And that's kind of why everybody is so up in arms about that, so to speak, is because...
Which one, Shannon? You got because the last name right. There's two of them. Teddy. That's right, Bill. Let's see yours now. Theodore Roosevelt.
I probably could have given it away if I said he was a treasure hunter.
Yep.
But that's the thing. I mean, our American ships, I mean, the Panama Canal cuts 9,000 miles off of the trip for goods trade.
Yes.
And our ships are being charged the most to use it,
Yes.
and China is in control of how much who gets charged.
Yes. And it's time to take it back.
That ain't right.
No. No. Yeah, the Panama Canal was built through the auspices of Teddy Roosevelt, and he also built a hydroelectric dam, which still operates, still puts out power on the Mississippi River in Keokuk, Iowa. You can actually go tour that. You go in there, and they keep that place spotless, and it's all chrome and brass and polished to the hilt. It's a neat tour. So if you're ever in Keokuk and you want something to do, check it out, and you can tour the hydroelectric dam there. It's the only one on the Mississippi River.
Yep. He was quite the industrialist.
So, yeah. No longer are we going to have our backs up to the wall paying off third world countries either. He's cutting all foreign aid. That's something I bugged me for years. We've been sending money to Afghanistan again. We continue to send to our enemies. Why do we pay these guys off? I don't get that at all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of old-fashioned in that respect, but maybe
It's sure,
we're about ourselves.
yeah. It sure as hell ain't diplomacy.
No.
Yep. So anyway, off to politics.
Ground is shaking. That's why things are being done.
But anyway, we're looking forward to swinging the summer. Looking forward to doing a little summertime travel. Things going on. Should be a good spring to detect. We had a hard freeze, and what happens when we have a hard freeze? That ground heaves. It brings up some of that deep stuff just enough that we can find it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that, Phil. 50 million in condoms for the Gaza Strip. Then they explain what they make out of them. Some sort of a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Here, you guys, here's 50 million. Go make your bombs. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all right. Bidens are walking away from this rich.
Yeah. And also being touted as possibly the most politically corrupt family in history.
Yeah. Well, they can share a cell with the Clintons. So,
Oh, they make them look great.
well, Emery wants to know. Here's a good question for everybody. Take a look at what Emery said. What's on everybody's bucket list this year? He'd like to find a TREME. I got to find a half. I need to find a half. So, that's one of them. That's one of them.
I don't know. I guess if I'm going to go, I might as well go for gusto and go big. So I'm going to have to say go for it.
There you go. There you go.
No, not in the mailbox.
Yep, and we're getting your stuff mailed out tomorrow, winners. So expect that in a few days. I'll get that wrapped up tomorrow. Hopefully, not too many calls, and you'll get your goods. And it sounds like to keep Josh alive, there won't be a show Sunday, right?
It might be a wise choice on my behalf.
Yeah, take her out to eat somewhere nice.
You know how that goes.
Boy, do I know that. Dennis, yes, some nice gold nuggies. I want to have them too, Barks.
Right. Not to mention the fact that with trying to get everything ready for Columbus, who knows? It sounds like the weather and the traffic is going to be up that day, so I may still be kind of recuperating.
Well, I just want everybody to have a safe year and come on over to the hunt. We'll have a good time. Waiting on confirmations, who's coming, who's not, whatever, but I'll be talking with some more people tomorrow. I did reach out to Mark Hoover. I have not heard back from him yet, and Gary Penta, to see if we can get them to come too. And we'll have Josh Kimmel. If nothing else, we will have Josh Kimmel, I think.
I'm doing everything I can.
There you go. Purple hair and all, or green.
Yeah, speaking of which, I told Tim when we announced it on the show, I'm like, it's already begun. People are already putting in the chat. What's the hair color this time? A few days after that, I walk into our local Walmart to pick up a prescription. And the woman that comes up to the counter is like, come on, when are you going to dye your hair? This is throwing me off. Used to see it and you got to dye your hair. I said, soon enough. I said, it sounds like it's coming in June. And she's like, oh, good. How about hot pink? I don't think so. So who knows?
No, I haven't.
I hope.
Hang on a second. What we got?
Oh, and now I see rainbow colors.
I can get up on it and go get some
Actually, I think I've got a tied up rainbow colored mohawk wig.
Okay, back.
So it's
Yep. Anyway, getting back, Jason, did you happen to see the Vortec tester that spoke out about the poor design flaws that they've noticed? No, I have not. I'll have to look that up. You got the name of that, Jason? So, anyway.
Well, and as far as flaws and glitches go, so far from what I'm hearing, it's still kind of hit and miss. It's not like everybody is saying this about the Vortex.
And I've seen that, and seen that they liked it. And yeah, find that video. If you find it later on, Jason, message me the link or who it is or whatever. So be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't take long to come.
Okay, Melissa. So anyhow, yeah. There's nothing perfect out there. And it always seems it's not just any one company. When they get it to market, sometimes there's a lot of work afterwards just to tune it back to what's going on or what should be going on. Right. And how many times we've seen this with a lot of different models, Josh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the A.P Max, its release was delayed due to last minute changes.
Right.
Not that they were flaws, they were just trying to improve on the design. Or another company that had released a waterproof unit or all-terrain unit some years back, not Garrett. That thing was a flop. They knew there was a seal issue before it was released, and they said, "Oh well, we'll do it anyway. We'll take care of it on the back end with warranty repairs."
Right.
That's the way to do it. I'd rather have it released late and wait for it and have it done right than to have it prematurely release it and get all sorts of issues.
Because going back and several different brands worth, they've all had issues, and fortunately they can do online fix for you. In other words, plug it in, we'll send you an update. And but I haven't used one yet, and I've got them in stock, and right now I've only got a couple. It's, I don't know, so I haven't had a chance to go out with one, see what I can figure out. So,
Right. And I've heard that some, they're able to do the update just fine on the Vortex and it works great. Others, the update doesn't seem to take. Why? I mean, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. And it's, it's not like we're just trying to isolate Garrett. Like you had said, and we've seen this many times before.
right.
It's not just any one manufacturer. And especially in terms of, say, software and performance, build quality aside. Sometimes they don't uncover these glitches until it's out to a number of end users. It doesn't pop up in product testing. And then they have to issue an update to fix the bug. And that's fine. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you see a unit that's known to have bad seals or something like that, that's entirely different.
As we move forward with technology in our hobby, and it's made it leaps and bounds, but they try different things. They're regulated to so much power because they're a transmitter receiver. There's only so much you can do with some of it, and they've tried, like, not the Invideo. Maybe it is the Invideo, which is kind of a ground penetrating radar, very expensive. And some of the others that are going that way, somebody's going to break through with that in a sense. Now, my lab has a 2D technology, in the MANTICORE and the 3030, but there's something looming out there that will break it wide open, and it'll even get better. But to get it tuned in to the format that we like to grab and go out, and it's simple. And then there's the ones that are grab, go out, and tweak it for hours. This kind of stuff. They love that. The geeks, they love to be able to tweak and say, I got this program just for this 600 square feet of dirt here. And then there's the ones that just want to grab, turn on, go. They don't care if they find something old, whatever. And then they realize the guys around them are digging much deeper, much older with better machines. They don't care. So it's a funny hobby we've got here, in the sense that we went from just a transmitter receiver, sending a signal down, bouncing it back up. Then they started graphing that. There's no metallurgy, and getting better, refining, and then getting the discrimination to the point that, Used to be if you turn discrimination up, you turn depth down. I mean, literally, you got no depth.
Greatly.
So they've trimmed that up. So it keeps moving forward, and you got to give them a chance to iron out the bugs a little bit, but you want it so it's fixable when you go to use it.
Oh, yeah. And by far, for the most part, all of the manufacturers, we're still seeing that advance. And we win.
Right. So it's not an easy thing. R&D on this. I mean, there's stuff out there we can maybe hope for, but is it viable? Can they do it? Can they make it work? I'm sure they can. But the cost.
Yeah, but at a cost that's financially feasible.
Yep. I mean, the military, believe it or not, with one of the biggest treasure hunting units there is, we don't use them as side scan sonar to locate ships in the ocean and whatever else. And that has come unbelievable. I mean, it's passed up into the fishermen now. You're watching a video of scents off of a side scan sonar. So I'm quite sure we're going to see something here in the future, and I hope I'm around to see it in the short future. I like to see it to where we can kind of get a radar type of an effect on the things we're looking for. It'll tell us size. It may not tell us exactly what it is, but maybe you can see that coin at 14, 18, 20 inches deep, or a jar or cash, whatever. So I really believe that stuff's on the horizon or being worked on right now.
I mean, and if there was a machine out there that worked perfectly all of the time, that was flawlessly foolproof, we'd all be used. But so far, every manufacturer releases another machine, and next thing you know, people are finding new items in spots that they thought were hunted out.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be nice, Shannon. She said, yes, no more can slot 10 inches down. That's something that is a bane to all of us.
Yeah.
Can slot. And I think they ought to outlaw bottle caps with zinc on them. Aruba, Balashi beer.
Called them.
In Aruba, Balashi beer, that's their beer that's brewed on the island, their mainframe one. But then there's Heineken and Corona. Those three, Heineken is using a cap that's coated, and so now is Corona. And they're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you're waiting between those 30 to 32, 33s. Do I dig that? Because there are certain jewelry items that fall in the same general range, 35, 37 is gold.
Exactly. And that's why some of us find jewelry while others don't, because some of us don't bother digging pull tabs or bottle caps.
Nope.
And there are a number of other good targets that ring up in that range too.
Literally at the one beach area where you get your wave action comes in and it makes a cut right at where it's hitting the softer sand. That cuts there and then it goes back up. And that cut boils all the time. Stuff gets thrown in there, lightweight earrings, gold, little lightweight necklaces end up in this cut. And so do a million freaking Balashi beer caps.
Yes,
I'm breaking you guys' hearts out there. It was a tough week last week.
Oh, I'm sure. having to brave the sand and the surf and the beautiful weather to come back to the air conditioning and throw bottle caps in the trash.
All right, so did you know Heineken is actually brewed in West Virginia? Because down there, they like their Heine, but only get it from kin.
Oh, okay.
ORH. My God, that's funny.
Leave it to Bill. Leave it to Bill.
Yep.
Well, what do you do?
There you go. Barb said something about the dumbest thing she ever did was get a gold signal on a Florida beach. She dug it. It was silver. Like junk, and threw it in my change purse for a month, and finally looked at it, and it was good, evidently. White gold and diamond bracelet.
Yep.
There you go, Barb. Where'd it go?
Gold like silver could be white gold.
Yep. Yeah. And even platinum.
Purse.
Well,
Oh,
they're talking about some beach finds. I think Ian's talking about one at 13 inches, a large item. It was a pistol on the beach at 10, 11 inches. Wow. Cool. Well, buddy, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go turn in because I'm waiting for the next round of calls to pop off again.
well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Sunday is Josh saves his Heine because it's Tam's birthday and he better be taking her out to eat. So anyway, everybody have a great night. Dennis and Kevin and Frank, I'll be talking with you. We're trying to wrap up our travel up to Alaska. Talk with Betty today, boys. Everything's good to go for everybody. So we're like there. We just got to get there. All right. Thank you for having me on, Josh.
We'll see you, Chuck.
See you, my good friend. All of you.
All right. So, there you have it. Like I said, if anybody sees any photos, videos, anything like that about the drones, I'm curious to know. Let me see them. Send them to me. That's all I got to say. So we're out of here for an extended time. We should hopefully be back Wednesday. Other than that, have a wonderful evening.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.